Hey, what's up everybody? It's Matt from Rocky's War Room, and tonight I have another Let's Build video for you. This time it's going to be a little bit different because of this building right here in front of me and in the picture I'm about to display. This is the English Timber Frame, Sarissa Precision, English Timber Frame Tavern and Coachhouse. It's rather large, it's really big, it's over a foot deep, and about a foot wide, about 12 inches, maybe 13 inches. It's a really big piece of terrain. A centerpiece, if you will, to a street. I've got a couple houses to flank it, and I've got a street to make to go in front of it, a dirt road, dirt street. So it is awesome. So I'm going to be doing this tutorial in a picture by picture, because this thing was too massive to do in a fast forward video. But I did do step-by-step pictures on how I put it together so you guys can see it, see what I had to do, and I will give you tips and talk you through it as I go. So, nevertheless, we're going to get to it. I'm going to first show you the tools I used to build this kit here, and then I'm going to show you the pictures and talk you through the step-by-step, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you this bad boy when I'm finished. Back in a sec. All right, so the first step of this kit is to assemble the walls for the front half of the building on the bottom floor. I do this with the wood glue that I normally use. I choose this wood glue because it dries clear and it's super tight. And then after that, you want to put that floor, just test fit the floor on top of those two to make sure you got it right and correct. Sand if you need to. And do not glue that part. Put on the interior walls like you have right there. And then put a rubber band around it. Once you got all that assembled there, rubber bands are wonderful, holding things tight. And take your brush, as you can see on the inside there, take your brush to the inside with that glue and just brush it smooth, and it'll fill in some of the cracks. So from left to right, you're looking at the front of the building, and it's got many compartments. Just remember not to glue that floor onto the bottom floor of the house itself. So yeah, once you rubber band it, you set it off to the side, and then you can wait till it dries, and then you can put it on top, make sure it fits nice and neat and it's not warped in any way, and sand the notches if you need to. So here's a couple pictures of it. It's already looking really awesome. I really enjoyed building this kit. There's a side view. As you can see, it's got the wood panels like they have on those old tavern buildings and tavern houses and stuff like that. And there's a shot from the back. So that's going to be the side that's going to have those two long buildings coming out from the back of it. So now I assemble the roof for the top part of the front, which I usually put that side in first, one side in first, the other side, and then I wrap some rubber bands around it. Now be careful when you do this. Don't put it in the center because it might warp the wood as it dries, and you don't want anything like that. So make sure it fits, dry fits first, and then run some glue with your brush down on the inside of the roof. You don't want to do it on the outside because it may look funny. So now our next step is to assemble the chimneys. They're super simple. Follow the instructions. Sarissa is wonderful about writing their instructions. There's pictures, and there's a step-by-step. Make sure you read it on how these go together. And here's a couple shots of those chimneys. And various, as you can see the instructions there, they tell you exactly how it goes together. Also, if you look on the sprue, they're kind of already in order. So, and there's a shot with the roof on. And the sign on the front. The sign was super simple, two pieces to put together. It's in the instructions and goes on the front. And there's the back. As you can see, it's notched out for the two back pieces going out to the back. So we grab our other big piece, the back piece, the floor of the back piece that we're going to put our two back houses on. You assemble the walls on the back on this side first because it has no inner walls. It's just one big room. You rubber band it just like you did the last time. And I usually like to lay all the walls out and then assemble them If you read the instructions, it'll show you exactly. As you can see off to the right over there, I have the walls laid out, and the rubber bands. So I start on the inside with the long wall, do a short wall, and then I will do another short wall on the other side, on the back side here, and then I will lay the stall walls there in the center in, and then I'll lay that last long piece on the outside. And I'll rubber band that as well. And I'll leave it ample time. Let's look at your glue. Some takes 30 minutes, some takes an hour, some takes 24 hours to dry. Now the second portion of the roofs, they only have 2 beams holding them together. And as you can see, I put the one on an angle over there. And the reason for this is it'll hold the panels together at the very top edge. And there's the second floor. I lay out the walls like I've said before. And this one's pretty unique. As you can see, I assembled all that first there, including the center wall and the outside balcony area. And the last piece to go in will be this back piece here. And as you can see, it's kind of beaded. There's a couple beads. I will take my paintbrush and I'll smooth those out into the cracks, as you can see back there. And that with that back panel wall on, we have our first second floor with a door for the back of our tavern / coach house. So, of course, now the roof is done. The top floor is done. The second floor is done. I test fit it to make sure it tests properly. And if not, I'll sand it or something along those lines to make it fit just right. So they usually fit pretty loose. And this actually fits really nicely, so without any sanding or anything. But just so you're aware of that. So I did the exact same thing to the other side because they're identical, just flipped around. And here is the final look of our English Timber Frame Coach House and Tavern. Very beautiful piece. And I tested it. The coach fits in the center and in between the buildings and through the center hole in the building. So here's with all the roofs off. All the doors line up very nice and neatly and perfectly. And the roofs come off easily. And there's with the front, I'll give you giving you a view of the front, kind of separated. And right here, as you can see, just a little bit distant shot with all the roofs off. You can see the balconies. It's a very big piece. And I took the second floors off, and you can see the door on the bottom lines up on the right side. There is no door on the left side because that's your stalls. And I took the second floor off on the front there, and you can see it still lines up perfectly. It just looks great. It's just a wonderful piece. And here's a shot from the front. The chimneys finished. There are chimneys on the back building. There's one on each side on the roofs. And here's a shot through the front all the way to the back. The coach does fit in there. The English Civil War coach. Just neat to see there, and the light behind it, and the cobblestone and what have you, the streets. Just another view from the other angle. And as you can see up in the top corner there, there's the tavern sign. I'm going to do my best to find something to put on that sign. But here's one more shot with the roofs from the front. And all those taken off. So there you go. All finished. All right, there you have it. There you saw me put this together. Real easy to do. Like I said, it's just an awesome centerpiece to my for my war games. And I'm going to turn it to the side so you guys can kind of get a side view of it. I know you saw in the pictures. It's really awesome. And what we're going to do, I'm going to do first is I'm going to take the roofs off on either side. There we go. So it displays this back area back here. There's like a balcony on either side over here, and a series of rooms that an inn or a tavern might have. And I'm going to take this roof off here. This is going to be the front rooms, the home. I'm believing another room up here with windows and things like that. And it's fully modular. So this one comes off and reveals a big room, a big meeting room in the back here, which is cool. Now, I will say that these two pieces will separate right like this, and their doors match up on either side. There's no door on the bottom of the other side because they're stalls. So it's pretty awesome. I'm going to mainly be using this for my English Civil War games, but I can also use this for World War II as well. A lot of these buildings still existed during World War II. There's a cool little sign. This is the whole front room with doors and all kinds of goodness. Now this door here lines up with this door in the back here, just like so. So when you're looking inside, the doors line up. It's just brilliantly done. Very well done. Very well crafted. And of course, you have the two bottom rooms with the door and the windows in the front of the tavern. So this goes on top here. I will show you the individual piece on the front. So it's got a little doorway. That's the storefront there. And it's just really awesome. I can't wait to get some paint on this. I'm going to do this very colorful, very bright and vibrant. And so it'll stand out on the table. There we go. So it'll stand out on the table. So there you go. There's the tavern and Coachhouse, stables, whatever you want to call them. It went together brilliantly. Really, really good kit. I really, really recommend it. For the price, it's worth it. Especially if you want to get some sort of special look on your table. And make it stand out. So this will be painted and ready to go for this next convention I'm going to be going to next year in 2019, which I'm planning to do a large English Civil War battle, which I'm going to be using this in. So that's what this is for. So I'm gearing up for that for next year. So that's it. That's for the building. Thank you guys for sticking with me. Thank you for watching this video. I really, really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Please tell a friend. Please spread the word. I'd really appreciate it. And last but not least, from me to you, ta-ta! And I will catch you in my next video.